A man who stands for peace, equality and freedom. That man is Nelson Mandela. I've come here to South Africa to find out how he's transformed this country from international villain to a global superstar player. How did he do it?
Los Illuminati puros y duros. Vamos a ver. Hay 5 puntos que te demuestran que eres de la familia. Con la túnica de Malta, con el duque de Gloucester. Fíjate, un comunista, porque este empezó de comunista, con el duque de Gloucester, o del bracete con Rockefeller. Eso, aquí hay algo que no cuadra, ¿no?
And it's all demonic possession, and it's completely unbelievable that we would even allow this type of person. He's a general. He speaks of dominionism. He goes around to the churches and is a warmonger to tell you everybody's just out to get us. Yes, they have radicalized Islam to the point that now the West has to defend this. So yes, they are fueling both sides of war. And as a true Christian, I am not about war, I am about peace, and we should have our feet shot about with the gospel of peace, according to what Ephesians says and the Apostle Paul. So this alliance, he actually funds, not funds, but he disseminates all of General Boykin's religious material through his ministry called Morning Star. Interesting that they choose that name, because there are similarities and counterfeits going on in the Bible with regard to that particular name. Okay, South African leader, Haile Selassie of Ethiopia, and talk about selling your people out. That whole continent has been raped by the colonial system. He is also wearing this 5-pointed Maltese cross, and you saw that on Napoleon, and it seems to be some kind of Order of the Phoenix. Look at the decoration that he has. This is Puff Daddy or Sean Combs, and I believe that looks like a Maltese cross. Anyway, they adorn themselves that way. We understand here that is definitely a Maltese cross, and this is that Miley Cyrus. This is a joke here. It has to be. And all he's done, really, he was a Satanist. Now he turned Knight of Malta. All he did was really change uniforms. So his secret doctrine is Satanism, and his outward doctrine now was the Knight of Malta. And it really is simply changing uniforms, because they are both one and the same. And of course, there's that sign of the benediction, which has come to be known as the peace sign.
Luis Carlos Campos, feliz madrugada, ¿cómo estás?
¿Qué tal, amigos? Muy bien, muy bien.
Hola, crack. Bueno, hoy...
Manipulación, lo que no te dice nadie. No he visto ningún telediarreo, ni nadie que te diga si el Nobel se le dieron a De Klerk. ¿De Klerk quién era? Pues era el presidente blanco, racista, eugenista, que estaba allí en el poder, el que segregaba. Y el Nobel se le dieron a los dos, a a Mandanga... Sí. Y a De Klerk, o sea, ¿qué tomadura de pelo es? Otra cosa, vamos a ver. Si Mandela, decimos Mandanga en broma, ¿no?
Sí, ya. Sí,
era del partido de De Klerk, era del partido de De Klerk. Y además el partido de De Klerk, ¿sabes lo que hicieron? Cambiaron el nombre, era el nuevo Partido Nacional, y lo cambiaron de nombre y le pusieron el de Mandela. El Congreso Nacional Africano, se cambiaron de nombre a Sítima, al Borrego Matrix, y el Borrego Matrix bailando ahí como idiotas.
Pero entonces, ¿qué crees? ¿Qué me estás diciendo? Que Mandela era un poco como el marketing, era lo que tenían que vender.
Bueno, no solo era marketing, era algo más. Es un masón de grado 33, caballero de Malta, es público, salen las fotos, ¿no? Borregos,
las tengo que hacer.
Controlar a los borregos y cambiar el collar del perro. Si ya te he dicho, es el mismo partido de Klerk. Los mismos que eran racistas ahora vienen y son otro partido y controlan a todos los negros. No cambiaron nada. Es un país súper racista, un país que controla... pues la mafia de control de diamantes, Yo entrevisté a un psicópata que un día vamos a hablar de un programa, me metí en una red de psicópatas que hacían rituales y tenían burdeles en Sudáfrica. ¿Mm? El hombre sale con las estatuas con la mano en el pecho, símbolo masón, ¿no? Vamos a ver.
Vale.
Te dan el Nobel de la Paz. 2, te hacen una película en Hollywood. 3, eres hombre del año influyente en la revista Timo. Mandela lo fue en el 90. Eres del CFR o te loa el CFR y sales continuamente y te loan los más mierda. Mandela vendió a los negros. De hecho, si no ha ido nadie a la celebración, si no iba la gente, hombre, los que han ido los pagan, gente de la CIA. Y este es un agente del Mossad, del Mossad. Voy a decir Mossad porque tiene todo el perfil de un agente del Mossad. Mira, este era terrorista y le hicieron un entrenamiento militar y hacía atentados. O sea, ha ido en The Guardian, 2013, septiembre de 2013. La gente lo puede ver. Se quedaban con el dinero de la ONG, de las caridades. Su amigo Ismail Ayoub estaba metido en la Nelson Mandela Children's Fund y se quedaba con la pasta. Hubo batallas judiciales, pero al final normalmente no les pasa nada, ¿eh? Su mujer, Willy Mandela, fue condenada por fraude por robar 120.000 euros. El asesor de Winnie, Adam Mullman, fue llevado también a los tribunales. Su familia...
Second part, he does a hand sign that is common in the priesthoods and Freemasonry as well. So you see this now. Also moving on with the double cross, you can see not only do they have a triple cross, but they have a double cross. That is where I believe we get the term double crossing, which is to backstab someone or lie that way deceptively. You see the Knights Templar cross and crown, skull and bones, and you see the emblems with this double cross. Knights of Columbus as well in this. The Templars, like all other secret orders and associations, had two doctrines. One concealed and reserved for the masters, which was Johannism, which is Gnosticism, and the other public, which was the Roman Catholic, meaning that they looked and act like Roman Catholics when on the inside they were Gnostics and secret society members. And you see here a Nazi member with his double cross. Moving on to Knights Templar, and you can see on the website the use of the double cross and of course the triple cross on the bottom. This is the Iron Cross, and that Iron Cross has roots with Templars, whether it's red or white or black. Hitler wore this Iron Cross. But moving on with the double cross, again, Knights Templar and the double cross. They also have that triple cross. Here is a famous Satanist, not as well known, but nonetheless Satanist, and use of that double cross and this infinity symbol, meaning they are wanting that their religion to be for eternity. So here's Marilyn Manson, a great example because he uses this double cross as well. Has the ring, that is the double cross, and also this is now the movie, oh gosh, what is that? V for Vendetta. And so you see that double cross being used. You see the double cross in logos, Exxon, Oreo, Nabisco, and of course great causes of going against tuberculosis. They like to make themselves look great. So here's Hitler, and you see now the Maltese cross being used. You see Nazis here. Here's the Iron Cross, Hitler's Iron Cross, and here the Maltese Cross on this side, and the Iron Cross as well. So all of these papal knighthoods. This is not British knighthoods. It's all Roman colonial system knighthoods. Now let's look at the Knights of Malta, and this is just a depiction of the Jesuits and Kolbenbach, the former black Pope, and this person has shown that they are really involved in death and infiltration and all of that bad stuff. War, really. That's why they're called Jesuit generals. Order of the Knights of Malta, looking at that. This is one of the, I believe this is a Rothschild, and you see his red Maltese cross. And I don't know who these are. I believe there was a Maltese cross here. I don't know why I put these plates in. But moving along, Sovereign Grand Lodge of Malta, ancient, free, and accepted Masons. And then we have the Maltese cross. Order of Malta, now in Nazi Germany, they had their own version complete with swastika in the center, and you can see that being worn prominently on the collar. Prince Charles Edwards, a German duke, and you can see he's a Knight of Malta. Continuing on with Knights of Malta, I believe that's a Maltese cross. I did this. This was interesting, is because there was a Maltese-style crucifix, and I believe this is a Habsburg. I'm not sure, but that is a royal, a papal bloodline. And so, looking at Mussolini, Franco, all now allegiance toward Rome. You can see that. And here's the Queen, her Knight of Malta, Queen Beatrice, and this, Princess Beatrice. This is Prince Bernard or Barnhard, and he is the founder of the Bilderberg Group, and that is well known to be a secret society or elite members that meet and decide world events and where the direction of the world is, and her receiving her knighthood. And so she's all in the family. Here he is with all of his Knights of Malta crosses and cape. And there you are, elite or ever elusive. And so there she is. She is actually the owner of Shell Oil. They own everything. And it is not an understatement to say that. Who formed the CIA? Wild Bill Donovan. He's a Knight of Malta. And the FBI Knight of Malta. Charles Bonaparte. This is General, I don't know if it's Westmoreland or not. I don't think it's that. This is key right here. Moving on to General Boykin. He is the general that was involved with PSYOPs and that movie Black Hawk Down, infiltrating the Catholic Church. Now, come on. Knights of Malta are involved in CIA, therefore it's logical to understand that he is PSYOPs and therefore involved with intelligence. And he is simply...
Oh, this you crazy mother.
You can also see here the two pillars of Freemasonry, and they put this B and J there. Structure of Freemasonry, again, Scottish Rite, York Rite, and the steps at the top, meaning at the top. Order of the Knights of Malta, Red Cross, Knights Templar. You also see co-masonry. So you see women involved in co-masonry. You see the Shriners and the Daughters of the Nile. So women can be in Freemasonry, and you see all of these entered apprentices in there, and the allied organizations. Really, the lower degrees are meant to be in the dark with regard to all of this, and you advance in level, you advance in degree, and the symbols become clearer and clearer until once you finally get to the top, you're worshiping Lucifer.
Unter anderem, dass in Afrika es eine Marienerscheinung gegeben hatte, im Himmel, wo dann also quasi so eine Art, wie man Maria sich so vorstellt, ja, mit diesem Umhang, mit was weiß ich, und, ja, die dann also mit einmal da im Himmel erschien. Also das klang dann sehr verdächtig, eben nach so einer Bluebeam Project Test